And this is someone that we all want to hear from her. She has really dedicated her career to helping women to find the bounce in their feet and get the confidence to return to the workplace. She has given her everything to support women. She's a dynamic leader, and let's welcome Shruti Gaur. Please, if she's here, let us, put a focus on her, pin her here, and I'll read her profile. Shruti brings expertise as she is the PMO Experience Integration Manager at Mom Relaunch USA. Shruti brings expertise in staff management and relationship building across diverse sectors, including BPO, hospitality, and education. Her journey has been marked by engagement in multifaceted roles across various functions, cultures, and geographies, encompassing operations, training, quality, and transition. Currently, she leverages her diverse experience and skill set as a PMO at Mom Relaunch, an organization dedicated to reintegrating talented mothers into the workforce while championing a culture of diversity and workplace equality. She's responsible for monitoring and controlling project performance, resource management, governance, and reporting and facilitating interdepartmental coordination. She's here to take us on a very interesting topic: skill gap and confidence, concerns about outdated skills. Now, this one is connected to our mom brains. So we have her here. She's ready to dive in, share her experiences, tell us that we are just doing fine, just assure us that everybody's doing well. And our journey is our journey.
Sorry for the background noise. My far baby child is welcome. So sorry about that.
Please, they are welcome. They are welcome to join us. They need to see their mom in action. She's doing great things, going global, helping women across the world. They need to show and see how proud they are of you. Please let them be. That's okay.
Thank you, Nona. Thank you. And I'm really honored and glad to be part of this beautiful initiative. So today I'm here representing my organization, which is Mom Relaunch. Uh, it also offers a similar platform to women who are trying to relaunch their career, something very similar that you guys are doing. So I'm really honored to be here and talk about something that I have been doing for such a long time, guiding, assisting all the women who want to restart their career and what they can do. And all these women that I work with on a day-to-day basis are women who have had that career gap. And so as part of my job, I really help them build that career gap. So uh, let me just start by saying that I've also gone through the same journey. I've experienced career gap myself. And today I'll be very pleased to share my experience and what I did and how I did to build on that gap. Because I think when we women who have been sailing the same boat, when we share our experiences, it's easier to relate and it's easier to understand what can be done in a much better way to restart a career all over again. So I hope my experience will help a lot of women here gain that confidence so that they can restart and relaunch themselves. And trust me, it's not easy. There is a time when you feel absolutely lost. You feel that you're outdated. You feel that you lack all the skills that are the demand of the time right now. And at times, you even get that thought that even if I start, will I be able to cope up with the people who are already there, who've already made a place for themselves? So, will I be able to cope up or come to that level that those people are already there? It's not easy, but it's all about taking that first step. And the moment you take that first step, trust me, it becomes easy. It's a smooth sail after that. So, so let's start by understanding what skill gaps are. So what are these skill gaps? And what are the basic concerns that a person has about these outdated skills. So if I have to just explain it in a very simpler language, um, skill gap refers to the difference between the skills that an employer needs and a skill that a job seeker is currently possessing. So there's a difference there. There's a bridge, and how do you build up that bridge is what we'll be talking about right now. Uh, so it highlights the area where individuals lack the necessary competencies to meet the demand of the market. And when I talk about that, when I'll be talking about the skill gap, it just does not focus about women who are looking for jobs, but it also focuses on women who want to be an entrepreneur. Because somewhere down the line, when you've actually stopped working altogether, you got busy with family, kids, and other personal responsibilities, you really do not know as to what's trending, what's happening in the market right now, and what do you need to do, and how do you need to bridge that gap is something that's very critical, is something very important, and that needs to be understood. And why that needs to be understood is because I think every woman should be financially independent. It's very important to have that financial independence. And why that financial independence is required? Because it helps you become very confident, it makes you feel good. And once you're financially independent, it gives you that zeal to keep going. So let's start by understanding what you can do to build on the skill gap. The first and the most important thing is acknowledge the skill gap. So it's not easy because you've already been working, but due to some reason you had to quit your job or the work that you were doing. And now to restart all over again, the first thing that one needs to do is acknowledge what the skill gaps are, understand the skill gaps, understand what is the reason why you lack those gaps, and how you can improve and take that first step to build that gap. So if I just have to explain, keep taking in mind my example. So I took a gap of almost 3 to 4 years. And after a gap of 3 years, I realized that what the market demands right now, or the industry tools that are the demand of the market right now, I am absolutely outdated. So I really do not know how those work, and what are the current tools that the job market is working on. So the first thing I did was I went back and did analysis and tried to recognize how I could bridge that gap. So that was the first step that I took, by addressing to my own self that these are the gaps I have, and I now need to understand how I need to bridge those gaps. So once I've acknowledged that, the next step then becomes is the next step that I need to take is self-assessment. Do a thorough self-assessment to determine what are the skills that needs to be updated, how you can create a personalized learning plan for yourself, what are the different tools that you can use to understand what are these learning plans that you can create for yourself. And before you do all of that, the first thing to identify is what is the career track that you've chosen for yourself. Are you looking to be a programmer, or are you looking to be an entrepreneur? What kind of an entrepreneur do you want to be? So once you've identified a track for yourself, basis that you can start doing a self-assessment for yourself. Basis that you can start identifying what are the skills that you need to work on or you need to enhance. So once that is ready, it becomes easier for you to lay out a plan for yourself. So keep yourself informed with the industry trends, the emerging technologies, what are the current best practices that other people in the market are following. The best way to do that is subscribe to newsletters, follow blogs, follow experts on LinkedIn or other social medias, join webinars, join learning sessions. So these are some of the best ways to keep yourself informed. Um, One of the best way that I feel I keep myself informed and updated is by following the industry experts, because they are the people who know what's trending, what's in demand, what's next. What's the next learning that they're looking for, what are the upcoming skills that they're looking for. So if you keep following them, they will not only tell you as to what are the demands, but they will also guide you as to how you can skill yourself, keeping in mind to the specific industry demands that are there. Okay, be open to learning. So if you're not open to learning, if you don't have that zeal to learn, to grow, to upskill, to enhance yourself, it's not going to be easy. Trust me, it's not going to be easy, because that gap somewhere down the line, you know, brings down your confidence really low. And in order to bring up that confidence, that zeal to learn, that zeal to upskill, that zeal to grow, that zeal to be high in demand has to be there. And the only and only way you can do that is by continuous learning. How can you learn? You can learn by attending workshops. You can learn by doing certifications. You can learn by enrolling for online learning courses. So anything where you think can help you grow and upskill, you're more than welcome to do that. Connect with communities that train, that give you the skill that is required. So do all those workshops, do all those sessions, do any kind of certifications, anything that helps you, be in demand in the market. What are the other things that you can do? You can even leverage online resources. So when I talk about online resources, what are these online resources? These online resources could be online training platforms, using platforms like LinkedIn Learning. So not sure how many are exploring these, but if you actually start exploring these, if you actually stay updated with these, there are many, many things that you can learn from them. So it not only will help you learn, but it will also help you keep in sync with the industry trends that are in demand right now. Like Sanjeev was mentioning in his session prior to mine, networking. Networking plays a very, very important role. Why networking plays an important role? Because it helps you build a learning community. When you join these professional learning groups or these communities, you not just learn from them, because it also helps you stay motivated. So networking plays definitely a very important role. And that's the reason I was able to sync in with what Sanjeev was mentioning about. When I wanted to start my career all over again, and like I mentioned, it was not easy. It was really, really difficult for me. I had lost all that confidence. But then networking played a very important role. I started connecting with people I had worked earlier. I started connecting with my mentors. I started connecting with my peers. I started connecting with people who I thought could keep me engaged, keep me, provide me all that learning that I needed, provide me all that guidance, all that support, and show me where all are the opportunities that I can grab. So networking definitely plays a very important role to build on any sort of a career gap. And once you've taken care of stuff like networking, you have built up a community where you've open to learning, you've started a self-assessment, you've realized what a career track you've chosen for yourself, how you can work on that, what you can build to improve and keep focused on that career track. Once you've done all of that, then there are certain things that you need to work on. And these certain things that you need to work on is start applying those skills. So, if we talk about how we talk to our kids, so we tell our kids, till the time you don't practice what you've learned, it's all a waste. So similarly, till the time you don't practice and you don't apply all the skills and all the learnings that you've put into place, till the time you don't start applying and practicing that, nothing's going to help. And how you can practice that? You can practice that by volunteering, doing freelancing, internships, any kind of project showcasing, maybe do a personal project showcasing. Uh, Show what you've learned, how you utilized, how did you put that into practice, create a beautiful video around that, create a project around that, put it on your social media pages, showcasing the world, the skills that you have, showcasing the world, the talent that you have, so that people know that, yes, you have upskilled yourself and you are there to grab any opportunity that comes your way. So ensure that whatever learning you've done, you do that and bring that to practice. Applying and practicing is very, very critical. Confidence building, you gain confidence. So you can only gain confidence if you practice. The more you practice, the more you apply, the more volunteering, the more internships, the more freelancing, the more confident you become. Attending workshops, attending public speaking sessions, helping others gain that confidence that you lacked, and how you build on that confidence and how you overcame that career gap. So taking sessions for other people, that public speaking really helps you build that confidence and all that you need in order to restart your career. And the first thing that you need to restart your career is confidence. Till the time you don't have that confidence, nothing is going to help you out. If you don't have the confidence, you will not be able to learn anything new. If you don't have the confidence, you will not be able to volunteer. If you don't have the confidence, you will not be able to face an interviewer. If you don't have the confidence, you will not be able to work in teams. So confidence plays a very, very critical part, because if you're confident, you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing, and you know how to do it. So confidence plays a very, very critical role, and that can only be put at the right place. And you can only gain that confidence by doing as much as volunteering, as much as practice as possible. Okay. One other critical thing in order to build the career gap is being very updated on social media. Have your portfolios updated, have your resumes updated. Make sure you highlight any achievement, any new learnings that you've done, any new certifications that you gain. Keep highlighting that, keep updating your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn plays a very critical role when it comes to LinkedIn plays. So sorry. LinkedIn plays a very critical role when it comes to finding a job, starting a new career altogether. So make sure whatever learnings, whatever highlights, whatever achievements, everything goes on your social media. Shout it out loud. There is, I mean, there is no harm in self-praise. Praise as much as you can, because you know you have the potential, you know you have the skills, you know you've done everything to bridge that gap. So why not call it out? Why not talk about it? Highlight it as much as you can. And then, yes, once all of that is done, now what plays the most important role is having realistic goals. You don't expect that you've had a career gap for 5 years. You don't expect that in 2 days you would be up and running and finding a job for yourself. You don't expect that you would be up and running to start a business in the next 2 days. So there has to be realistic goals. And when I talk about realistic goals, it's about keeping smaller goals, taking one step at a time. So make sure you have that entire career path, entire career plan defined, laid out, chalked it out properly, and you know which step to take first. Have smaller goals. Make sure you're taking one step at a time. It will not only help increase your confidence, but it'll also it will keep motivating you when you keep achieving those smaller goals. When you'll see that you've been victorious in achieving that goal that you had set up for yourself, that smaller goal that you had set up for yourself, you turned out to be victorious in that. It will give you that confidence. It will give you that that satisfaction that yes, you have that potential to do it further. And so that one step at a time can really help you achieve the end result that you're looking for. And never say never. Never stop anywhere. Maybe it'll take a little longer to achieve the goal that you've set up for yourself, but keep going. Don't stop. This is a journey that's not going to be easy. It's going to take time. And have that confidence that, yes, you will be able to achieve one day. If not today, it's going to be tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it's going to be a day after that. But it definitely is going to come true one day. So make sure that you take those smaller steps, keep gaining that confidence, keep building that momentum for yourself so that you're able to achieve the goal that you've set up for yourself. Uh, learn anything that comes your way, any new skill that can help you achieve your goals. Uh, Maybe I'm not very good at communication. So why not learn a skill that can help me communicate better with people around me? Communication could be one of the critical aspects of my career goal. So why not let me focus on that particular skill that I am looking for? Maybe the kind of business or the kind of profession that I am looking for myself that requires problem solving. So why not start learning that skill about problem solving? What stops you from doing it? So be open, be adaptable, do anything that helps you build that career gap, do anything that helps you gain that goal that you've set up for yourself. Celebrate the success, highlight the achievements. So these are basic things, smaller things, but yes, it will definitely help you achieve the plan that you've set up for yourself. And like I said, it's not just for women who want to start a job or are looking for a job for themselves. This is also for women who want to be entrepreneurs and want to start something fresh, absolutely a new learning. Uh, it's not necessary that what you've been doing in the past is something that you have to do going forward. Maybe in that 5 years or 3 years or 10 years of the gap that you took, maybe that was the right time to gauge, to analyze, to assess and understand, could there be something that I could have done better? Was this the right time to learn something new? And yes, if it is, then take that leap, take that step, start learning something new. Uh, Things change, trends change, times change. And so you should be also open to that change. And once you change, once you have that plan, uh, once those goals are set, it's going to be easy. It's going to be a moment of celebration. It's going to be a moment of achievement and a smooth sail.
Thank you so much, Shruti. Shruti, can you coach all of us? Like, just coach us, because it seems like you've not given us enough, because it's like everything that we want to hear, you are saying it back to back. Get on social media, put yourself out there, do your analysis, do self-assessment. I think we're all afraid. We're afraid of failing. We want to be superstars, but we don't want to do the job because we're afraid, but we want to get it done. But you have just hit the point so well that I have gotten confidence back. And I also realized, also for women who are still on the job, sometimes family can really keep you on the spot and you can't even move forward. But by the time you put your head up, everybody is gone. Like, what's happening? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for releasing your experiences to us and telling us how it is and what we should do. So I'm going to dive right into the questions, and you practically have answered so much. So I'm just going to ask for specific steps. You already gave us steps in analyzing, getting on networks, following experts, joining webinars. How do we not feel overwhelmed? Tell us where to reach bridge the boundaries to say, hey, I know you're trying to keep up with your skills, but hey, this is when to stop and get time to calibrate and continue to build on the ones you already have. Like you said, things are changing so rapidly. Where can I say, I don't want to learn cloud computing again? I think what I learned is okay, the new technology is not for me. And will I still be relevant? What are the transferable skills that I can still manage with as I continue to build my skills?
So that's a good question, Ola. I know people, especially after the career gap, you tend to get overwhelmed and it's not easy. It's not easy. So, like I mentioned, have that plan laid out for yourself till the time you don't, uh, have that defined structure in place that what is the career gap I'm looking for? Am I open to change? Am I not open to change? That is something, the first thing that should be very, very clear in your mind. If you're not open to change, like I mentioned, connect with the experts to understand that this is the skill that I already had. What further can I do to still be part of that skill, to still be working on that skill and not change much? So connect with those experts. You still would have, like when I was working, I had my connection. There is no harm in going back to them and saying, you still working. Tell me what I left. How can I pick it up from there? I don't want to learn absolutely new. I don't want a new career track. But where I left, if I want to start from there, what is it that I need to do? So have those smaller goals set for yourself and take, like I mentioned, take one step at a time. If you take that, it's not going to overwhelm you. Uh, it's not necessary that every time you see the new changes happening around you, you have to change. It's not necessary. When I left my job, I left as a PMO. And when I started as a PMO. I never wanted to change because I loved what I was doing. The only thing that I wanted to understand was that where I left from, what is it that I need to learn or upskill myself on so that I can pick it up from where I left? That's all that you need to do. So, as
Thank you for
long as
that.
you understand that, it's going to be easy.
Oh, thank you so much for that insight and redirecting our thoughts to say if you know what to, if you're doing something well, stick with it. Just improve on that skill. Don't look for too
Yeah.
many skills or else you'll be overwhelmed. Thank you so much. So I would like to ask, what are employers looking for in candidates who are returning to the workforce after a break? Is there any specific skill that we still just that's beyond our industry that every employer is looking out for when we return back from our break?
So again, to answer to that, Nola, it's just that once you have your career track in place, look for the opportunities and see what are the job descriptions that these employers have asked for. Do you fit into that job description that they've asked for? Do you have those skills that they have asked for? If not, what is it that you need to do in order to fit into that job description that they have defined? Maybe the skills that you already have, you're good enough in that. Maybe once, like I mentioned, confidence plays a very, very critical role. Maybe an employer is looking for an X skill in an employee before they want to hire them. But the way you talk to them, the way you put across yourself, the way you sell yourself to an employer is all about confidence. At times, they feel that, oh, even if this person does not know the skill that I'm looking for, this person is so confident that if I have them on board, maybe in the next 1 month, I can skill them. I can upskill them. So that confidence plays a very, very critical role. And from the experience that I have, I've seen that if you actually looking for jobs with good organizations, they do a little bit of hand holding, they teach you the skills that the companies are working on. So, have that confidence that I am ready to grab a job. I am open to take up any challenge that comes my way. A little hand holding, and I'll be there. I have that confidence. If you come across confident, anybody would love to have you on board.
Okay, hand holding reassures us that we can be coached through any process and we get around it. Thank you so much. I have
Right.
one more question and we can
Sure.
call your session to an end. Now, this is for, I have one that, what strategies can be employed to ensure that a return to work is not just temporary, but leads to a sustainable career advancement? Like when we return to work, how do we manage not leaving work again? Or is it okay to leave work again and re-enter again? Just let people just know what they should do, because I know sometimes you'll be out for 5 years, you come for another five, something urgent, takes you out, maybe to care for a parent or you have another child or something just pulls you out. How do you say, oh hey, I can manage this, I continue my career as I do this, or do I leave completely? Where do I make that decision? Please help mothers, help all of us.
Yeah, sure. So, like I said, I work for Mom Relaunch, and here we give this opportunity to a lot of moms to come and restart their career. So, at Mom Relaunch, we start by hand holding, and then we actually set them free. We tell them that now you have all the skills and all the techniques and all the tools that you require to restart your career. So we set them free and we tell them now start your journey all by yourself. We've given you enough that needs to be worked upon to relaunch yourself. Why I'm mentioning Mom Relaunch? Because what happens is that when mothers come back, uh, they come back with, they're overwhelmed. They just want to start because they've got this opportunity to start all over again. But it's not easy to leave behind all the responsibilities that you've been taking care for so long. So what we do at Mom Relaunches, we give them that experience that they're looking for. But if at any point they are overwhelmed or they feel that it's getting too much or the work-life balance is getting hampered, we tell them, go, take a break of a month, take a break of 3 months or whatever you feel, you need to go back and reconsider yourself. It's like taking oxygen back in. So we tell them, go take that oxygen back in and then come back again. We are here waiting for you, giving you that opportunity to restart all over again. So once you've started a career, uh, when you start it in such a way that you start building trust, you start forming networks, you build that confidence around people that you're working with, and they feel that this is the right person or the right candidate that they've hired to be working for. That at any point when you feel overwhelmed, the kind of networking that you've built, it should be so strong that you should be absolutely open to go and talk to them that how do you feel about it right now, and that the networking should be so strong that at any point if you feel that you can go and talk to your supervisors, your bosses, your colleagues or anybody and say, I think I need to take a breather for 15 days again in order to come back and start all over again. So they should have that confidence in you and say, oh, I know if you get that breather, maybe you come back much better. So that, like I said, networking actually plays a very critical role, and how you perform plays a very critical role. So if you have a strong networking, if you have a strong network, if you have strong connection, and if your work talks for you, nothing can stop you.
Oh, thank you so much, Shruti. Appreciate your time. Thank you for your ideas, your experiences, and letting us know that we will just be fine with the strategies. And like every other growth conference, every topic is intertwined. Everything is layered, and all the topics are required for your journey going forward. So I want to appreciate every speaker here for sharing us, giving us your time. And I want to yield the floor back to our beautiful, beautiful host.